profiles for specific keywords. This means many qualifications become more automated with digital systems like applicant tracking system, ATS, scanning resumes and profiles for specific keywords. This means many qualified candidates run the risk of being overlooked if they don't meet the exact criteria. In studio, I'm joined by Ohomodize Ulifile, an expert in applicant tracking system, to help navigate the complexities of AI-driven recruitment and learn how candidates can optimize their profiles for success. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us on Botswana Television.
Thank you so much, sir, for having me.
All right. Maybe let's start by understanding what is applicant tracking system. What is it?
Okay, Ohomodize Ulifile, you're trained and certified ATS specialist in Botswana, and currently I'm the only person who is trained and certified for it. Okay, ATS stands for Applicant Tracking System. It's a recruitment software that we see basically being used when we apply online. Wherever or whenever you see follow link to apply, recruitment email, or post your CV on a job portal, you already know you are dealing with ATS. It does not accept anything or any CV that is not made for it. So like you were saying at first, it can overlook anything that is not meant for it.
Yeah. So in a way, how is it important that most people, maybe especially online, comply with this or make sure to make sure that the CV is missing?
Well, because it's a new thing, in Botswana, we still have a hard time with implementation. It's like from HR straight to job seekers. We still don't know yet what exactly it really wants. We are learning as it comes. So you'll find that unemployment in Botswana mostly it's increasing because of ATS, not because they don't qualify. Because you're based on competence and compliance, not based on the merits and maybe qualification and experience. Yeah.
All right, but how can job seekers ensure their profiles are optimized for digital hiring system?
Well, I will say the internet is there mostly for them to try learn what ATS is. But remember now with the internet, everyone and anyone can put anything in there. So you'll find that there is information contradict here and there on what exactly ATS is. But I've tried to make myself easily accessible to Botswana. On LinkedIn, I do teach about ATS, what it has. More so, I have a bit of a following, around 25,000 followers on LinkedIn. So that when I post something, someone will share the connection at least stimulates our. And again, I've recently started a TikTok channel where also I try to teach Botswana or the world what really ATS is. We've recently, not so recent, but a little over a year back, started a job counseling with Ministry of Labor where we touch on issues about ATS, LinkedIn, how to optimize your profile, how to look for a job online, what really ATS is and what is an optimized CV. So we're really trying to reach out to Botswana so that they can know what ATS is.
Right. But how do we use this ATS as, organizations? Do we know what it is? For example, different companies, the application, are they using this? The recipients, like the community, we are teaching different platforms to say this is what we are doing. How is the response?
On a scale of 10, I'll put it at a 3.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's how badly used ATS is, both from companies and only job seekers, like I already mentioned. What it really wants. And you'll find that Kodi company, when they put in a job post, you find that sometimes they put a word or what you want to add to scan on a CV. That's exactly saying disqualify someone. It can be one word, it can be a sentence that an HR person puts on the system automatically reject any CV. And again, the job seeker, we have less turnaround these events in ministry. They still don't come. We still have a long way to go. Both recover, bridge the gap in between HR or the job seeker le lo magano gore ba itse gore sente go batiwa eng.
But how important it is gore lebeletse the kind of situation re le mo go yone le gone gore how is the world responding to it, not only in our landscape mo lehatsheng la Botswana ko mahatsheng a mangwe o supile gore we are just 3% out of 10 according to your own assessment, but is it something that we need to be at par with other countries, we need to up our game on it, or what exactly is happening with ATS?
Artificial intelligence is here to stay.
Yeah.
And there's nothing we can do about it. So the only thing we can do is to up our game. You find that in South Africa, like with our neighbor, majority, on a scale of 10, I'm going to give them a 7. Because they have evolved the ATS, they're using it. The world, I'll say, Kobo UK, America, solid 10, they're using it. And you find that Rona, we're getting the system, UK, US, they're fully using it. So Rona, we need to match employable both locally and internationally, because your system is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. And it seems like every now and then, or rather every year, it's being upgraded. Now it even becomes more strict and more strict by day.
Most definitely. Most of that we are even looking for jobs outside our country,
yes,
so that we can be at the same level with the international. So what role do AI-driven tools play in the recruitment process today?
I would say, just to give an example, when you have a job post, let's say you're looking for an accountant, just to ask you, how they were looking for an accountant, what's the number, the applications do you think a company can get for one position?
I'll be asking you that question. a lot of applications, most of that we are facing this issue here, unemployment, even those who don't qualify for the job.
Exactly, even those who don't qualify. So ATS is a thing to try and help HR now to only focus on the CV still and the getting competent or qualifying for the position thing. Because if we do not have ATS, but let me just say for argument's sake, 100 for position of accountant, right? Engineering, HR, barring. In any cases, the company nale opening, Lorona we will be called. But that time, if you are a human person going through those things one by one, you're already tired. Now you're just going to browse through hela and just put away how you even the best, the solid or qualifying candidate. But with ATS, believe you me, you're going to get that candidate that you're looking for, because it's going to screen and reject anything that is not accounting.
Right. But how do key-based scanning system affect qualified candidates who don't fit the exact criteria? Because it might be the case.
It is the case, because ATS marks with keywords.
Yeah.
Apart from all layouts and how the CV must appear or how LinkedIn must appear, it marks with keywords. So you need to have your industry keywords. I think I'm going to tell Botswana to try and use the internet more. Google much on what we call your industry keywords, so that you properly place them. Don't stuff them. You place them thoroughly, or rather strategically on your CV, so that and again the keywords, because we're not only focusing on ATS, it's just an HR software. We're also talking about it in LinkedIn. LinkedIn has a well built in ATS as well. So now companies are shifting from advertising on their portals, or rather on newspapers or Facebook, now shifting to LinkedIn, because LinkedIn has a well built in ATS. It's going to mark candidates the same way through a job portal. If your profile does not meet the criteria, or rather the standards set by ATS, it's not going to pass through as well.
Right. I'm interested more LinkedIn, because now the whole world is moving towards there to look for employment, to look for jobs. How are young people, most especially in this country, taking these lessons, getting into LinkedIn to understand the ATS? According to your assessment, are we young people understanding all these new platforms that are being presented in front of us?
In Botswana, I would say young people are not utilizing LinkedIn. Most of us keep but them, they don't really know how to make use of a LinkedIn, let alone how to put it. They don't know that. A typical Motswana or a typical young person, even if and say, tell me about yourself. As prepared as saying, they won't even be able to answer that question. So now LinkedIn is put in place to sell you, you are not there, so you find that they still have a problem with sending the message across. What do they bring to the table? What sets them apart? But we see them, they're coming up. Like I still do the live videos on TikTok, on LinkedIn, so that we to try and encourage. I see other Batswana Lebone, they're trying to encourage others for Badira, but the people who are mostly utilizing LinkedIn or they're already well established in Modi Karenza Bone, executive those ones, believe me, they are well versed with LinkedIn and they are properly using it.
What are the key factors that digital recruitment system look for in a resume and a profile?
With the titles you are really looking to apply to. Every CV or cover letter must have a title you are applying to. Yes, we never knew CV can actually have a title you need to apply to, but yes, there is where you put it, because the system and then we move on now to layout. Even the layout that is used on LinkedIn, if you pay too much attention to it, you'll actually realize it's the same layout ATS on your CV. After the titles you do, and then skills and competencies, then work experience, education. It's exactly how it is CV. So how kabana CV thata le layout ya LinkedIn, just to know you are still far from actually getting your CV across ATS.
But how do we pass this kind of information to those who are interested, or to those who don't even know? You sometimes have those tutorials, more TikTok or more LinkedIn, but what platforms do we have? What can we do to make sure? Because I understand that young people are also interested, but maybe they don't know where to go. They are just there. What kind of platforms do we provide, or information that we give to young people to understand, okay, how's that ATS, this is how you get the information?
Tota, for this one, I'm so sorry, young people at home, but I'm just going to say it. We need to channel our energy on things that matter. No one taught us how to use Facebook, but young people they master Facebook. Somewhere there is where you're going to start learning it and how you learn it. Like I said, internet is there. I have notes all over. LinkedIn is filled with my notes on ATS that I'll even show you the kind of font that is allowed in ATS. So they need to channel their energy well and set their priorities right. Now is not a time we should be focusing more on memes when we are unemployed, but we should be trying to get that energy, the time and the resources now to research on what is exactly needed, something can benefit you in the long run. Because the information here ATS, yes, it's shorter. Internet is but you read and it makes sense, please go along with it.
Most definitely. That means young people, we should change our priorities to know what are on the socials. What exactly are we looking for? The platforms is a thing. So what changes or improvements could be made by AI recruitment tools to ensure a fairer process for all candidates? Because at the end of the day, because
system and it's not going to change.
Okay.
It's not about AI or ATS changing. It's about Rona, re-up our game to actually meet it. It's there. It's a delay, the standard. Until we catch up and we actually know. We were okay with using AI. Kabodi ATM. I get a lantern for la delay no Zamadi. Bane Baratola Blane Batisa the automated teller machines. Now it's Amadi Sente. Ibile Rizil or di Barakaya. Le ATS and recruitment, we need to treat it the same way. It's not going to bend for us because Rikela Lehalsi, Lisatili de Risa. It's not going to bend for anyone. We need to up our games to actually get to the level in Kohoyo. Yeah.
Your last words as we address someone who want to improve their profile, who want to improve their their CV, gore ga ba apply la ditiro tse di rileng ba khona go bana ditiro as we wrap up.
My last words to you, Motswana Kwelapeng, to you, Monana, who is job seeking, I will say, please, tonight, go online, create your LinkedIn profile. I'm available on all platforms, social media platforms, and my number is always visible. Also to learn more, but please have your online profile there visibly, because why headhuntiwa and now headhunter those social media platforms. Also channel your energy. We are going to have anything and everything haphazard on the social media against you, because we know anything that you write against you depending on what you put. So let's channel our energy right. I set the priorities and the reason for ATS is here. Let's learn what ATS is. Most people what ATS is. They will teach you better. Facebook at the end of the day
most definitely. Thank you so much, Okhomoditse Olifile. And that is how we come to the end of the conversation. I believe those who are really interested or who are still looking for employment have listened to you, and they are on right now with your message. And that is how we come to the end of the conversation. I had in studio with me Okhomoditse Olifile, an expert in applicant tracking system, to help us navigate the complexities of AI-driven recruitment and learn how candidates can optimize their profiles for success. That is how we come to the end. Thank you so much.